And my doctor was like, if you keep going down this path, things are going to get much worse for you. So you need to cut out red meat, you need to cut out eggs, you need to cut out sodium. I want you to take Lipitor for your cholesterol. I want to increase your dosage of your lisinopril. I want you to start taking metformin to control your diabetes. And probably about 2 or 3 other things in there as well. I just sat there, and as she's talking, I couldn't believe it. She's right. I needed to make a major change, but that wasn't the answer. I was not about to get on the endless prescription drug path. Not me. Welcome to Rebuilt and Reclaimed. I'm Mitch Morton, and this is my journey. Where do I begin? Well, I guess I'll start by saying I'm 48 years old. I am a happily married man. I've got an amazing wife that I've been with since 1999. I've got an 18-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old daughter, and I used to be extremely overweight. I was over 370 pounds, bad health, high-stress job, and things were going down the wrong path. I was on blood pressure medication. I just wasn't doing good. I think I was probably like a lot of men out there right now. And probably the biggest wake-up call for me was I was at SeaWorld with my daughters, and they wanted me to take them on one of the roller coasters. And I used to love doing roller coasters when I was younger, and I was excited about doing it with them. And we went to go get on, I believe it was the Mako. And I had my daughter sitting next to me, and I went to go put down the restraint harness, and I couldn't close it. And that was embarrassing. And for the first time ever, I think I embarrassed my daughter. And that was it for me. I knew right then and there things had to change. I was never going to be the one that's going to embarrass my kids because of my poor health choices and my lack of dedication and willpower. And so I decided right then and there that I was going to start my journey towards better health, longevity, being there for my kids and my wife. I knew I had to change things. So in the past, I had been in a lot better shape, played high school football, I was in the Navy, and then you get married, you have kids, and you've got the stresses of work and all the other BS excuses that you can come up with of why you let yourself go. And for me, it wasn't necessarily the knowledge that was a problem, it was the application. I knew about nutrition, at least I thought I did, and I knew about how to work out, how to lift weights and all that, but there was a lot more to learn, and I needed to figure out the best path for me. So I started consulting the doctors. What do I need to do? What should I be taking? And it seemed like all they wanted to do really was just prescribe more drugs. I just didn't like the idea that there had to be a better way. I didn't want to get stuck on the endless pill mill cycle. I was already very frustrated that I was on blood pressure medication. They told me, I think it was called idiopathic hypertension or prehypertension. And then, of course, you don't really think about it. You don't look this stuff up. You just trust your doctors. But after I began researching it, I found out that's basically just a fancy way of saying we don't really know why you have prehypertension. So here's some lisinopril, and take this, and we'll monitor it and go from there. That just, once I realized that didn't work for me. I knew I had to figure out a better way, and so that's what I did. I began doing a lot of research and watching a lot of videos, going on Reddit, everything, just trying to find out the answers. Why was I having such a problem with things, and why wasn't I losing weight? What was going to work for me? You hear about all these fad diets and fad workout programs, and there's all kinds of stuff and supplements and all these things that you can buy and spend money on. What was real, what wasn't, and what was going to work for me. So that's where I started. So I went to the doctor, and I sat down, and we talked about it. And she said, well, your cholesterol's out of whack, and this is out of whack, and that's out of whack, and I'm going to prescribe you this, and I'm going to prescribe you that. And I was just thinking, oh, my God, here we go. This is the exact opposite of what I want to do. And so I made a decision right then and there that I was going to start putting things into practice that I had been researching, and I did. So for the next 90 days, I did things my way. I went back, had my follow-up, got my lab work done, and I got a copy of it a little bit ahead of time, so I was prepared for what I wanted to talk about. I went in, I weighed in, and I had lost 33 pounds. And I was proud of that. I thought that was a good start. And my blood pressure had come down, and a lot of my lab results had come back tremendously better. And so the doctor came in, and we discussed it, and she said, "Wow, so you've made some really good progress. The medications are really working." And I said, "Nope, that's not it at all." And she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, I never got the prescriptions filled, actually." And she's like, "Well, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you're pre-diabetic and you've got all these things." And I was like, "Well, do me a favor. Just show me right there on my lab work. Where am I pre-diabetic?" And she looked at the numbers and she goes, "Well, wow, those numbers have really come down. I guess you're not." I said, "Nope, I'm not." And I said, "Take a look at my cholesterol level." And she looked at that, and the good cholesterol had gone up, the bad cholesterol had come down. And she's like, "Well, wow, that's really good. So what exactly have you been doing?" I said, "Well, essentially, I just did the exact opposite of everything you told me to do before. You told me to cut out red meat. You told me to cut out eggs. You told me to cut out sodium, lower my fats. And instead, I went on a carnivore diet, and I increased my intake of all that stuff, and added Celtic sea salt, and drank lots of water, and obviously was exercising. And these are the results I've had." And she says, "Well, I guess it's working for you, so just be careful with all that." And I said, "Oh, I will." And that was the last time I ever talked to her. Let me say that these results were my results, and it's what worked for me. I'm obviously not a doctor. I'm not telling anybody to go out and to disregard a doctor's advice. I'm also not here to talk bad about doctors or to say anything like that. This is not at all what that's about. I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't think doctors are bad people or trying to mislead you or anything like that. So please don't ever think that that's what the point of this statement is. I do think that there's a lot of doctors out there that are handcuffed, that are basically told how they are to operate, which is unfortunate. I think there probably are a lot of doctors that really do care and would like to practice medicine differently. I know for a fact there's doctors out there that are like that, actually, but because of our current system, they're not allowed to. Rather than try to find out the root cause of a problem, instead, they are taught and told what pills or prescriptions they are to prescribe to a patient. But that's starting to be the way it feels. So that's my experience. Not saying that everybody should do it that way, but that's what's working for me. I do keep up with my lab work. I get my lab work done every 6 months to keep track of where my numbers are, to see all my levels, because those things are very important. And since that time, I have been on this journey to find the things that work best for me, the things that are going to help me accomplish my goals, and that is to be in the best possible health that I can be in. So that's kind of a breakdown of what led me to where I'm at. What's caused me to want to start this channel is at 48 years old, it hadn't been easy, and I'm willing to bet there's probably lots of other guys my age out there that are probably going through the same thing, that have a lot of stress, work stress, home stress, life stress, all these things that can contribute to overeating, to maybe a little bit too much indulgence. So when you take all those things into account, it can start to feel a little hopeless. That's what I want to be here to talk about, is the steps that I've taken, and maybe give a little guidance, a little inspiration, maybe discuss things that didn't work so that you can avoid mistakes that I made, and save some time and some money, or maybe not. I don't know. This is a new thing for me. And clearly, you can see I'm not a professional. It's not something I've done before. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have tried to figure out every way possible to put this thing off. I need to research how to film better, or get lighting better, or get sound better, and maybe buy this. This might make it better. Classic forms of procrastination. That is just the way that I operate. As my wife should tell you. But I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to get into the episodes, to do reviews of the things that have worked for me, and to share my knowledge and my experiences. I'm going to be talking about things like red light therapy, cold plunging, different technology, wearables that I've tried, that I've used, supplementation, TRT, everything. Nothing's going to be off the table. This is going to be a full transparency. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you want my opinion, I'll give it to you. If you want to know if I've tried something, let me know. I'll share it. That's what this is going to be all about, because I think the more we share and the more we share experiences, the better off we can all be. I'd hate for somebody to try something that I know is garbage, but on the same token, if something's working, then I'd love to share it, because maybe somebody else can get something out of it. Talking about that blood pressure thing, that pre-hypertension thing, come to find out that I actually had a hard time breaking down certain amino acids, and when that happened, it caused a slight constriction of the arteries, and all it took was for me to start taking another supplement that helps break the amino acids down, and it relieved that constricting of the arteries, and voila, no more blood pressure issues. But unfortunately, I had to research and find this stuff out, but it wasn't the help of the doctors. It was me being on lisinopril for over 3 years before I found this out. So I was just taking medication that I shouldn't have ever been taking. So these are the kind of things that I want to talk about, and I'm excited about it. You know, I'm down to 257 pounds now, and I'm feeling better, and I'm looking better than I have in a very long time, and it's such an awesome feeling. It really is amazing, you know, to wake up and to have energy and to feel good and to not ache and to not have inflammation, and to be able to go out and do things with my kids and my wife. It's awesome. It's the best, and I wish this for everybody, because man, you look around, America's getting more and more unhealthy. We got to fight back. We got to fight the system that is, in my beliefs, been set up to make us this way. No more. So that's what this is going to be about, and I'm excited to share my experiences, to share my journey, and my continued journey and my continued path. I've still got a little more to go. Actually, I would say that that's what this is going to be about, and I'm excited to share my experiences, to share my journey, and my continued journey and my continued path. You know, I've still got a little more to go. Actually, I would say that I'm in what I kind of consider a little bit of a dangerous phase, and that is that I've lost a lot of weight, and I feel good about myself, or better about myself. I feel like I look better. People that hadn't seen me in a while are blown away, and oh my gosh, wow, you look amazing, and so you get the compliments, and it feels great, and then not to mention just the health aspects of it all. I want to be here for a long time with my wife and my kids, and be a great husband, and to be a great father, and to set a good example. And so that was very important to me, paramount actually, beyond actually what I look like. But the reason I say this is a dangerous time is because of the fact that I am doing a lot better, and I'm feeling better and looking better, and clothes fit better. It would be easy for me to just settle into where I'm at and not push to get those remaining pounds off. I got a little complacent for a short time, and then I hit a bit of a plateau that really frustrated me. I was stuck in the high 260s, and I did a 7-day fast, and that helped to break that plateau and to push me down to where I'm at right now. And so little things like that is also the things that I'll be talking about, things that I've tried, things that have worked, and the feelings that are the awesome feelings from doing the fasting and all the benefits that come from that. This is something I'm excited to share, and hopefully people get something from it. That's pretty much all I've got here for the intro video. And once again, this is Mitch Morton, and this is Rebuilt and Reclaimed.